Now, we have the ballots here in front of us. And we decided to, on our flight out here, and you guys had extra time because you had such a flight disaster stuck on the tarmac at Dulles forever and a day to fill out your ballots, okay? And what we decided to do is all fill out our ballots and then have the same rules that if somebody appeared on at least 3 of the 4 ballots, if not all 4, they get the Rich Eisen Show check mark to be enshrined and get a plaque in the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in beautiful Cooperstown, New York. Mike Del Tufo, do you have your ballot there in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Before he gives them, how many do you think get in between the 4 of us?
2.
You think only 2?
I think 2 or 1 person gets in. It's the way it is every year, and that's the thing I don't like about it. I love the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the fact that pretty much the door is open to the maximum number of people every year. And there's more people, though, in football playing the game than obviously there would be in baseball.
True, yeah.
And I understand that it's hallowed ground.
Do we all subscribe, though, to the museum theory where you can't tell the story of baseball without these steroid guys, so just write it on the plaque? Do we all agree with that? I know Rich and I are on the same page.
We've agreed to that, and you'll hear on my ballot, there are people who are under the cloud, people that you think that definitely took it.
Mine, too.
Certainly, my 2 cents, and you'll hear it, is if Bud Selig gets in, if Tony La Russa, who managed the Bash Brothers, gets in.
They all get in.
Come on.
Enough is enough.
It's not as if Tony La Russa told him to cheat. But part of his wins and losses and rings has to do with some of his accomplishments that were done supposedly under the cloud of, ex post facto steroid.
Yeah, and the period of growth that happened under Bud Selig's watch is because of these guys.
Del Tufo, who do you have on your ballot?
Okay, I'll start with the guys who've already been up.
Do you not have any baseball music for this sort of thing?
I'll play some music. Hang on.
Just
like a Field of Dreams theme?
It's something. Give me something. What do you got?
Give me some. Hang on. Maybe like filmsy music. This is kind of crosses.
Here's what
it's the closest
you can do this for yours, but because I know you can't multitask right now by reading your list and figure out.
I'm using my left, just so you know. I use the right hand.
All right, what do you go for it?
Bagwell, Hoffman, and Martinez are my guys that have already been up. Edgar, Trevor, and Jeff, obviously. Yes. Vladdy, Guerrero, Jorge, Manny Ramirez, Ivan Rodriguez, Pudge, and Matt Stairs.
Matt Stairs, dude?
I did that more as a joke.
Okay. Thank you. Now find the proper music.
Way to legitimize this. Mike.
Okay, so again, there's people who have already been on the ballot, and there are some first-timers. I only have 1 first-timer. I've only voted 1 first ballot. First ballot to me is truly hallowed ground.
I only put 1 in as well.
Okay, what do you have, Chris Law?
Well, first-timer, I went Manny. Looking at his numbers. Allegations there too, but playing career over 500 home runs. I put Manny in. I put from the guys that have already been on the ballot. This is the year I put Bonds and Clemens both in. We just said the steroid thing. Trevor Hoffman, the saves, San Diego, he's in. I also have Edgar Martinez, the crime dog, Fred McGriff.
Oh, okay.
I put in Mike Mussina, Tim Raines. Tim Raines' 23-year career. Kurt Schilling, I know it's not popular, but he was great with the Phillies. He won championships with the Diamondbacks, and he won with Boston. And that's it for me.
Okay, go for it.
No Bagwell.
Who do you have?
2 first-timers for me. Ivan Rodriguez, one of the greatest catchers in the last 30 years, and Manny Ramirez, the greatest right-handed hitter in the last 50 years. For the guys previously on the ballot.
Well, you went full 10. You went all 10.
I went all 10. I went Jeff Bagwell. I went Barry Bonds. I went Roger Clemens. I went Trevor Hoffman. Mike Mussina, very underrated career. Tim Raines, deserving. Kurt Schilling, Sammy Sosa.
Wow. So you went Sammy too.
Well, Mark McGwire was not on the ballot.
I know because he fell below the required 5% vote last year.
Those two guys
saved
year. Baseball, and they deserve recognition.
Well, if McGwire was on the ballot, I would have voted him too. And the reason why I'm putting Bonds and Clemens in also is even if you think they took steroids, which I think any person walking the street here on New Jersey Avenue in Washington, D.C. would say that they did. Even if you think that, Barry Bonds had Hall of Fame numbers when he was stick thin.
Sure did.
And Roger Clemens had Hall of Fame numbers when he was always, well built. But before the steroids happened, 86 Clemens? Are you kidding me? He deserves to get in just for 86 alone. And McGwire still holds the record for most home runs by a rookie when he was stick thin. 49. I would have put him in too. So Bonds and Clemens is in. Trevor Hoffman, I don't understand how he hasn't been put in already with
makes
his
no
saves.
sense.
Edgar Martinez, to me, was one of the greatest hitters of his generation. And if we're going to already say David Ortiz gets in the first minute he gets in, I don't want to hear this business about the fact he didn't grab a glove. He was one of the best hitters. He was a Yankee killer. A Yankee killer of the first variety. I'll go Tim Raines, Mike Messina. And then my only first ballot guy, nobody mentioned Vladimir Guerrero.
Altuve.
You did, Vlad? Oh, I'm sorry. I lost it in the Matt stairs of it all. But
First ballot for Guerrero, huh?
First ballot for Vlad Guerrero. So we put our ballots together, and I have the Rich Eisen Show Hall of Fame ballot that if we had a vote, these people would get in, according to us, because they were on at least 75%. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Trevor Hoffman, Edgar Martinez, Mike Messina, Tim Raines, and Manny Ramirez get into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
7?
Wow.
A class of 7, which would never happen.
Never happen.
The only one that was unanimous, the only person who wound up on all 4 of our ballots was Trevor Hoffman. That's it.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.